people a chance to get in here. I hope you're good, mate. This is nice. We will start. We'll delete everything. May as well. It's not really that relevant. Nice. That's nice, clearing that high. Didn't get as high as I wanted, but a breaker retest would have been nice. But we can still get that. Well, you should be able to hear me, mate, because it's showing that I'm speaking. If you look around my name, it highlights green. Well, yeah, you were on deafened as well, so that isn't gonna. You ain't gonna be able to hear anything if you deafen yourself. Yeah, I know. Plonker. That's a great start to the stream. Jocko thinks I'm talking to myself. Alright. Tuesday, hopefully quarter low. Let's change some of these levels on here. Not fussed about that for now. They're not too important. Get rid of that. Need that for now. Weekly previous open. Yep. Okay. Previous week high. That's nice. Yeah, I think for me this week, obviously, previous week high has been purged. That's always a good start to the week if you want higher prices. Theory being, this should become a lock zone now before the 6th anyway. Like you shouldn't expect that to breach. There's 5% chance that it breaches. Right. So yeah, we've got a nice price swing now. So if you're not long, obviously this isn't really, unless you're scalping within this little like mini range on the lower term time frame, there is scalps to be had. Not here, I'll run these equal lows out. So there are potential scalps, but we'll just run this little 5-minute high. Back into daily open. Okay, we'll come back and monitor that. Yeah, if you're looking for a decent long, then that's not a scope, and you're not long from down here, then obviously the only thing there is to do would be right. So this is our price swing. Any retracement below here, and I would be looking for potential longs back into a discount. So, hello, you alright, mate?
Yeah, I'm fine. How about you?
Yeah, not bad, mate. And then of course we've got weekly pivot. So although it has been tagged, let's check the other pivot types. Traditional. Yeah, so they've all been tagged, but right. Yeah, I'd like a a retest on that would be nice. Would also be at a good level. Obviously we've got a new month tomorrow, which is massively important. Monthly open. We'll have our new, yeah, we've completely taken that high. See what happens from here.
Yeah, we had bullish diffs around the lows.
Yeah, right. I'm just monitoring. Like I can't long up here obviously unless I'm scalping, but I'm not scalping because I'm on here. But for higher term time frame trades, like I think any retracement back below 30k, and I think you've got some nice targets down here. We've got a low to run out, which would take us obviously into the fair value gap and a little bit inside a discount. We've got a little order block that's not been mitigated. That's also basically perfectly in line with the weekly pivot retest. So that's the sort of zone I'd like a retest of. Come down here. Yeah, I think we've got some nice potential zones down here. That would need a nice little retracement, but it's not that outlandish to think we could come back down here. It's only Tuesday. There are other zones. We could obviously just come back down into this imbalance and just continue. We can continue from here, but for me to get into a swing position or a decent size long, I'd want this low taken and some of this rebalancing. Obviously if we come down here, I don't preset anyway. I don't see the point in presetting, because you end up presetting what seems to be a great trade and it will just do that straight through, stop you out, and then likely bounce anyway. So the easier thing, set your alerts. I'm going to set one there. If the alert goes off, jump on the lower time frame. For me, I want to be on 5-minute time frame when we're down there. 5 minute is my, yeah, that's my entry time frame, 1 to 5 minute. So if we can come back down here, then yeah, I will look for longs. I think it's a good place to long. We've got a decent invalidation that's not difficult. Right. Obviously it's time dependent. We'd need to come back down here like fairly early in the week. You wouldn't want to be back down here come Saturday, because then obviously this being locked is only until this week closes. So if you're down here Saturday, then yeah, using this as an invalidation for longs is obviously a lot riskier. We also have previous day low down here. I'd like that taken. So anything down here I think would be a good place to look for a potential reversal or for a retracement to reverse and continue up. Obviously shorts. Yeah, there is obviously we could. Okay, that high was taken. Let's see what we got up here. Right, this was the zone I originally wanted. This was yeah, we had been front run a few times. Got front run again by like about $2 before finally blasting through, taking this high. Yeah, we've run this one out as well. Yeah, so we took out them 4-hour swing high. So in theory we could retrace from here. If we start to break down, get a lower 10 time frame breaker structure and start breaking down, we could look for obviously shorts, but I would still prefer a little bit higher. Like this as a potential. And just hide them pivots for now. Obviously we get new monthly tomorrow, so I'm going to do a stream tomorrow and we'll have a look where the pivots are and can take it from there. Let's have a look what we've got above us. Okay, so this price swing here, is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. So from this high to this low is our, this is what will be our previous month range tomorrow. Obviously, trying to find it. This it would be our previous month premium from this price swing. So anything above here is a potential. If you're bearish and you want lower prices, I like. Yeah, I don't see that being taken. What do I want? Well, I want this tested. We've got a fair value gap. There's also a weekly fair value gap that we're in. We're nearly half filled. So, yeah, I would still like higher. Whether we get the retracement first and then the higher, that'd be nice. That'd be easy to trade. Retracement back to a discount, long up to a previous month premium, full short of previous month high, well, what will be previous month high, and then come back for new lows, because I still want these taken. Perfect half of the daily fair value gap filled. I did want back to here, fill both of these imbalances. That was the low I wanted overall, but the S&P into a daily order block. Nice. Thank you for posting. So, yeah, it seems that most of them are coming into resistance. We'll see. I want. Yeah, DXY has been breaking down nicely, which is, yeah, it's a change, I suppose. I'll get it up on here. So I was looking at Bender's chart. Delete all of this. Don't need it. Delete that. Weekly pivot tagged. Okay, so yeah, this has had a change. We have to see whether we rally to a new high. Obviously, this is the range I was initially. I want these lows broken on DXY. I think it'd be a good level to break, but that's a long way off. Like I said last week, we've broken this daily swing low. So last week I was looking, do we rally back to this order block, fill the fair value gap and continue lower? We tapped the fair value gap and continued lower, so took out that swing low. So I'd still like a bit higher and see what happens. We also have some nice lows down here to potentially target. But yeah, I'd like some of the imbalances filled. There's a lot below us, but I want these to come later on. Yeah, soon get a trend change, but that's obviously, if you look at all of the previous price action. That's obviously a good sign for people that want lower on the DXY. We have taken a decent swing low, so we'll see what happens. Right. We could still put in another higher high. We just have to see. Back to Bitcoin. Right, so I've got some questions. Reds tuned in late, so while trading previous week range low can be used as invalidation on discount trades, or I got confused here. No, because your invalidation would be massive. If you were to use the previous week range and you're at a discount, and get rid of that so you can see better. Like, this is too big an invalidation. For me, I monitor each of the levels that I'm interested in. So let's show down here. I obviously want order blocks, fair value gaps, any breakers. I will not use this as an invalidation because it's just too deep. What I would rather do is monitor when we hit the levels that I'm waiting for. So order blocks, fair value gaps, any of the discount arrays. Do we get at that point I'm on the 1 to 5 minute, and do I get a lower term time frame boss? If I get that, then I enter. I've got minimal. The risk is really small. The reward is potentially massive. You could, of course, I suppose, in theory, long the order block with this as an invalidation, but that just doesn't really make much sense to me. You're giving yourself such a massive invalidation, and okay, this is like very unlikely to break this week. But if you just preset a long here with this as your invalidation, and we just break the order block, and we're grinding down, and then Saturday we're down here, well, this could be gone come like Monday. So I think you're better off being aware of the levels to the, like in this case, be aware of the levels to the downside at a previous week premium discount. When we hit the levels, set your alerts. When we hit the levels, then we monitor for the lower term time frame, breaker structure, watch for the reversal patterns. Like, do we get a QML down there? Do we get an M5, M1 into a higher term time frame point of interest? Do we come down and do we hover and get inducement above the level before tagging and breaking? Like, I think that's the safest and best way of entering. But like you say, in theory, this level should hold. So it could be used as invalidation, but I just think it's too big an invalidation for me. If I'm interested in this order block, well, that to me is, and then obviously target a new high. Like, that's a 1.87 RR, which is shocking. Whereas I can wait for the level to hit, get down on the 1 minute, and then obviously just get a much better refined entry. If I get stopped out, that's interesting. Okay. Let's see what happens on this retest. But yeah, did I make that clear, Reds? If you just reply and let me know, mate. I think we could start breaking down. Get a retracement here, taking this high out. Yeah, right. Yeah, alright, mate. No worries. Yeah, like I say, like in theory, the level like previous week low. Now that previous week high has been breached, previous week low has got 5% chance of breaching this week. And that's where that's what makes it difficult, because it is only valid for this week only. Then I think you're better off have your alerts set. That's why we've got them. Wait for our levels to be hit. Jump onto the 1 minute. Do we get an M5, M1 setup? Do we get a 1 minute QML down there? If you're getting that into our points of interest, then you've got a potential long. With very minimal risk, based off of a 1 minute, say, order block or a 1 minute fair value gap. I think that's just the safest way to. It's the way I enter any trade anyway. KB, what do you expect June to be like in terms of PA? What is your ability of high to find buyers? Because we still haven't gotten the relief pump. I want higher for the first couple of weeks at least anyway. Yeah, I would still like, so KB, this is for you, mate. I'd still like higher. I'd like to see us trade above 33k at the start of June. I'd like to see this level hold, so I wouldn't really like to see, my expectation is that we possibly trade into a premium, reject from there, but it's like, it's a long way to like anticipate price action a month in advance. For me, that's why I use the previous week's ranges. I just think, yeah, you get a new plan every week, you've got new levels every week. Obviously I combine this as my overall higher term time frame bias. Like, I want lower prices, but I do want higher in the mid-term, I suppose. So it's just how far we can come up. Because obviously this week I expect to be bullish, which should be a bullish start to June. So I'd like maybe retrace, come back up. And then obviously, as you can see, I've got my alert literally at what will be previous month's equilibrium. Once we're into this zone, I'm monitoring. I'll obviously have my other POI pointed out on like one hour. And it's just literally a case of monitoring the points of interest at a premium and where do we begin to reverse. Because like, for me, I don't care where price is at the end of June. Like, I care more where price is at the end of this week, and the next week I'll care where is price at the end of that week. Like, I trade it on a week-to-week basis. So, yeah. Mr. Cookie, you showing off my cog patterns.
No, cog would be if we take the previous high, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am monitoring that. Like, any reversal around here, like, yeah, I don't mind. Like, I will look for shorts, but this just shows me no reason. Like, we've filled this 1 minute imbalance, but like, yeah. Yeah, I know the left wick was, yeah, I don't really like the left wick either. I'm just gonna monitor this. I still think like we go a little bit higher. We could pull back here, obviously, but like, does that? What's 3 minutes saying? Yeah, I'd still like higher myself to get a short from. Like, we ran out some highs, but like, I would have wanted a better reaction if we were going to come lower. Could still, but I'd like to see these taken out. At least these for a reversal. Run up, take these. Yeah, 15-minute equal highs, relative equal highs. That would be a good place to stop people out. Yeah, if we could get that, then I'd probably, like, if we had this and we ran them highs and then started to, I would probably get in on a short. Yeah, I think, but obviously, same with every single trade. Posting pictures of the Crown of Gondor, love it. But yeah, if we can run that, then there's a potential short. Until then, I'm just chilling. I'm more focused on getting in a long. If we can get a retracement, I think it would be nice. Obviously not that long because that is nasty. What is it, a 2 hour down here? Yeah, I suppose. Like, anything down here, and I would look to build a potential long, with the intention of taking it back up. to a previous month premium. That would be nice. I'll have a quick look, because that's breaking up in it. I think that's going to put in another high. Yeah. So yeah, so this is an example. Look, we took the high, but it gave us no entry to short it. So we just leave this now and we monitor and wait for the next potential entry. Like this is what I'd like. If we can sweep that and then start breaking structure, then I'd be interested. Ethereum. What? Yes, dude. Oh wow, that came up pretty high, didn't it? I still want lower prices on ETH as well. Let me just get the key levels up. Previous week high. Okay. So yeah, ETH still hasn't. ETH actually hasn't broken. Okay. Oh, wow, it ran previous day high. Okay. So this is obviously a potential scalp. Ran out the high, broke down, retest into the fair value gap, and there was even another retest which completely filled it. And then that was a potential scalp short. I don't like it though. Ethereum, the fact that it hasn't broken previous week high yet is a bit. Yeah, that's fucked, man. Yeah, you'd imagine. I'd like ETH to at least. I'd have liked it to have taken previous week high. You'd imagine it will take that. Bitcoin's taking it. I'd expect slightly higher prices, so maybe not right now, but yeah, I'd imagine at some point this week ETH got up and took that. Whether it be what we're doing, yeah, ETH's also got similar potential, especially if previous week high hasn't been tapped. The fact that Bitcoin's broken it and is potentially, could go higher. I would be interested in an Ethereum long if we come back down into a discount, but would be better if we were leaving these highs up here. We cleaned out these. Yeah, but again, we get monthly pivots tomorrow, so let's have a look where they're likely to spawn. May. Get more stupid. Order, where are you? Right, let's have a calculation and see where the monthly pivot's going to spawn on. We'll go Bitcoin. So high is 40044. Right, so high is 40044. Nice. Low is 25333. Obviously this is an estimate based on where we are right now. 31750, because obviously the price we close at will affect this, but this should give a rough estimate. So pivot looking like it's going to spawn at around about 32.1, which will be around, that's going to, so the monthly pivot is likely to spawn around this zone there, depending on where we close. Of course, you've got the indicator. I'll also post them when they spawn, but Yeah, it's likely. What price would we need to close at for it to spawn below? We would need to close at okay, we'd need to close at 3-2. Yeah, we'd need to close at 32750 or above. Yeah, so basically if we close above the equilibrium, yeah, then it spawns below us, obviously. Especially because obviously this is where price is, so it's going to be a local spawn on the monthly pivot unless we get a really big move today in either direction, then it won't be so local. But yeah, it's going to be spawning down about here. That's nice as well. Do we move up before that? I'd like to come that would make it even nicer if we could retrace into the monthly open, take these highs, come down back to a discount. We'd have a new monthly pivot spawn back up at these highs, which would give us, obviously, we'd have a weekly pivot retest and could come back up to clear the monthly pivot. I think that would be a nice, yeah, that would be a nice week. Would be easy to trade. Obviously wait for lower term time frame confirmation. Yeah, I think that would make sense. Obviously if we just keep moving up, we just keep moving up. I'm not going to chase the move, because the probabilities are we're going to reverse and retrace at least at some point. That's quite a yeah, I think that would be nice. We've got expansion, retrace, and continuation is what I want. Have we got any 4-hour order blocks or anything? Not really anything nice, is there? Got this little maybe zone. Don't really like them. It's really back. No impulsive move away. Yeah, this is where I'd like in the next couple of weeks, up towards 34, 5, 35 zone. No higher than that. We'll see. Well, that's the plan for me this week. If I can get a short up here, based on lower term time frame, I will short. If there's no lower term time frame entry, I don't short. Right, as you can see, there's no reason to short this at all yet. Maybe if we can run this high, get a 1 minute boss to the downside, I might short it just for a sculpt. But until then, yeah, there's no reason to be shorting this yet, unless you've already short from up here. I'm not. But a BART would be nice. Literally just give the move back, not the whole move, down to here. Any of this and I'll look for longs. Look for short if we take this high and boss. I think it's quite easy. Levels to the upside, we've obviously got these highs, which are now, I know they're slightly taking them, which could be enough for us to retrace and then come back for them later. Failing that, we do have, no, I don't want text. We've got order block. I don't like the wick on it. I wouldn't trade the wick, but there are areas above. We've got fair value gaps. Overall, I want lower, towards the end of June. Unless we break previous month high, and then obviously I think we've got potential that we could go a lot higher, but that's a long way off. We're like 26%. I just don't. Yeah, not anytime soon. I'll have a look at a few altcoins. Yeah, so for me it's simple. If we get a retracement, I'll look for a long with lower term time frame, entry confirmation. If we run out these highs and get a lower term time frame boss, I'll look for a short back down to this discount. If we keep running and we get no stop and we don't get any break of structure and we just keep going up, then I'll be monitoring obviously key levels above, inside the previous month premium, find some shorts. If we break previous month high next month, then yeah, it's likely we're going higher. But so like I say, it's a long way off. I don't even want to think about that. Yeah, if we could run them, that'd be interesting. Anyone got any? I'll have a look at some altcoins.
By the way, today Luna is listing on leverage on Bybit.
Is it?
Yeah,
Lunish.
11 a.m.
Yeah, Luna is. I won't put any money into that. None whatsoever. Let's have a look at something. I need to just take that off. It would be nice if Sol could clean these lows. This is where I was. This is the zone I wanted for spot. If we can get, if Sol can clean that, then yeah, I'd look to start building some spot, buying spot down there. I think that's a good price. May not get it, but Bitcoin runs the lows again and comes lower, then yeah, we've obviously got, we could feel the imbalance, but I'd like these lows run out. That's where I'd start to buy spot. I think that would be nice. Be a good price as well. Damn. This is a dead coin. Like literally, this coin died. Filled all the monthly imbalances to downside. We obviously still have these. We didn't actually run out the lows at 15 cent. So yeah, clean that. I wouldn't mind that. Obviously got a big zone here to try and. Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult for it to get back above that. Plus the fact that it's not a great coin anyway. Got the demand, supply zone appears, no. Yeah, there's not a lot down there. I'd like that cleaned out. And if it does run and get back up here, then yeah, I think that should be a good, nice short. It's another one that I'm interested in for spot. I actually had spot orders at $5, $5.27 it hit, so yeah, I didn't quite get in, but I would. Again, same with everything, I'd still like just a bit lower. What's this low on here? I know this is only on FTX, but damn, 138, yeah, that's a bit wishful thinking. But yeah, I think for me, like DOT at $5, I like the look of long term. DOT and Link. Where's DOT? Theta. Just clear all of that. Don't need any analysis. I like this. Well, I think anybody in the group knows I like Theta, but what levels are it? I would still write lower. Fill the fair value gap. That takes us down to what? Like 79. Yeah, that take us down to like what, 75? 0.75. Okay, XRP. This is another one I wanted to accumulate. I'm glad that it finally took them lows out. Them lows were irritating me. It just wouldn't seem to take them. In the end, we got them. Got these as well. Back to order block. This is another one I am interested in accumulating. We got, yeah, anything. I have bought some. I will buy more if we get the order block, and I'll buy even more if we get the low. I think XRP is a gamble that's worth taking on spot. In case if they win that SEC case, then next bull run we could get some nice runs. I think they're really the three major levels that we got left: 28, 17, and 10. I'd probably buy at each of them, to be honest. It's like, yeah, these are silly prices for XRP, in my opinion. F dot. Okay. Yeah, this is again. If we fill that, I will start to buy DOT at about $5. I'm happy with that. I think it's a good long-term buy. Yeah, I think it's a good long-term buy. Would literally fill all imbalances. We've got a I think that like down here, anywhere down at $5 is a good buy for DOT. Really, like long term, you can't really grumble with that. We've hit the monthly order block. Got a little bit of an imbalance. If we can get down to there, what's the equilibrium of that? What, $5.20? So yeah, anything around $5, I think is. Let me have a look on Binance, because they've got more history, haven't they? RSR. This is one that I was long on the other day. From 0.40. So yeah, I bought spot in here. That obviously got a nice run. Yeah, that's not bad. Dead. There was another one I'm long on. I'd like 250. Yeah, anything around here into this imbalance would be nice for Tezos, and then obviously from there that would be a take profit on my long. I've already hit TP1 and I'm SL at entry, but this is another one that I want to. They don't offer spot on here, which is a bit annoying, but if we can run that again, that's another zone I'll look to buy. Tezos at under $1 I think is, yeah, it's a bargain. Yeah, it just makes sense to be buying. We've already run out. This was the trigger for my original buy, was running that low. And obviously from there we got 45% bounce, so that's not too bad. If we come down again and take this low, I will. Yeah, I can't buy spot on FTX, but I will open some leverage positions and run them. as swings. A good asset. Matic. Oh wow. I have to put this on log actually. Otherwise, yeah, that's better. Oh god. This coin, tall thing. What have we got? Not a lot. That no, I won't go that low. Surely not. No. Trying to see what's below. Okay, we got this in. So yeah, that we ain't going that low, right? Maybe do, but this low's run. So if we are going to come down again, where do we come down to? Where would be logical? We've got a bullish order block. Hasn't been mitigated. We also have the fair value gap. We've got this as well, which is a weekly order block, but it's a bit wicky for me. But we do have the pump lunk. Nah, mate. We've got the daily imbalance, which would bring us back into this traffic area. Fixed range volume. Okay, that's inside the daily order block. There is a daily order block there around about 37. So that would fill the imbalance. Okay, let's have a, we just shut this off. So I'm used to being on a on an ultra wide, but I'm not sure how well it shows. But we've got. I think if Matic comes down again. Yeah, I like that. What, 37, 36, if it can come down there, I'd probably buy. Would fill the daily imbalance. I'd love to take that low into this order block. It'd be a nice one into the weekly order block, but it just seems a bit low. Yeah, I think they're the two zones I would be focused on myself. You've obviously got the top of the fair value gap there, which would fill the imbalance if we come lower. Got order block, or should be another order block. So these are they're the three levels I'd be monitoring. If we come down and take the low, that's assuming we don't just sweep the low and come back up. As for rallying, we're back up with the break. We could probably come and fill some of these imbalances above. Don't think we get that high on it, maybe, and then come back down lower. We'll see. They're the levels I'd be monitoring. Right, sweeping. Yeah, I think that might be a bit low, but I'm trying to think. Pick a coin. I'm trying to think what's on Binance. I want some of that. I haven't got, because these haven't got much history on FTX. It's not the greatest. Let's check. Rune. Well, let's run them lows. Okay, so that's taken out all these equal lows, isn't it? Logically next level. Monthly imbalance. Filling Okay. See, this is another one that's got one of these swing lows into an order block, but that's rune at $1. Yeah, like I think I'm going to monitor and see where the pivots spawn on all of these, because we get new monthly pivots tomorrow, and if we can find some that give us confluence with order blocks, then that could give potential short or long setups. I want to look at ADA. Jesus. Why is it? Oh wow. Okay. So ADA come down to, I don't like it because of the wick, but I'd probably run that. Yeah. But
that is interesting, isn't it?
what? Hello, mate.
Hello?
Surprised me then. I wasn't expecting.
I'm fucking here, man.
What's wrong with your boy?
I just drank kefir.
What the fuck?
Alright.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that was an interesting one because it's got one of those like I don't know what time frame you're on with ADA, but it's got like one of those Ment effect zones on, like, it must be like the monthly, which you can see between that green block you got between the wicks.
Yeah.
Is basically that's the zone. Obviously on a lower time frame it just looks like a block, but it's usually a good sign of intention that they've got resting orders there, like FTR style. Yeah.
It's a nice zone for it to come back to. I like. Yeah, I don't like ADA anyway. I don't even know why I looked at the coin. Probably because it's 14.
To be honest, it's always fucked me over. Well, way back when, but yeah, like you'd have a good run and then it would just like it would like not abide by the laws.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't really trade many of these anyway. There's any specific coins that I really look for. XRP I'd like. I would like that. There's a few levels below that I think would be really nice. And then we've got obviously some liquidity above to run it at some point in the future. But yeah, I don't see, this is cleared out. Yeah, that KNC, because I shorted this. I closed it though, but we ran that. Yeah, this is why I actually closed it, because when we start breaking up I was like, yeah, fuck that, man. I may as well close out and take my profit. Made what I wanted. I was going to hold it to 0, but yeah, may not get 0. Just clear all my FTT analysis. Okay, so FTT hasn't even taken the 2021 summer lows yet, has it? So So yeah, if FTT can run them, I'd be interested, because obviously like FTT allows me to, I can stake it so I get reduced fees on FTX. So I think if we can run out these lows, I would buy spot. Anything below there? Yeah, that would be a nice zone. Under $20 would be good for me. Like, we're still trending down, so put a slight lower high. We'll see if that daily swing low holds. Yeah. Anything you wanted to discuss, mate?
As in my kind self.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm focusing on Bitcoin at the moment, and yeah, it's a funny one. Not really too sure. Although I do think that if we swoop the initial balance high, we might be in luck. Reversing, filling almost all of that rejection block, the 15-minute one. It's basically just the wick. If we fill most of that, then I think we could be in good runnings. But as you said, we need that bus back down.
Definitely.
But I am erring on down.
Yeah, when we had when I first come on stream, we'd run out this high, and then started to pull back, and I was monitoring. If we could have started to break down further here, I would have potentially looked for a short after running out some of the buy stops. But you can see, literally, we're just grinding up towards these highs, which means they're probably just gonna pop them.
It would make sense because Asia range high is exactly the initial balance high.
Yeah.
So just
which
say
is 8. That's there, isn't it? 8. Yeah. That's the IBH.
Perfect.
Yeah.
yeah.
And you can
So it
even
makes
see
sense. You got equal highs.
the way we're grinding up here.
Manipulation to a POI.
Yeah, it's blatant.
Style.
We're just stepping up to it. So likelihood is we take out these highs. That'd be, and then if we do it, it's quite easy. Like, do we boss or not? If we don't, then you've got no trade. It's like just wait for the next level.
Or not to boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. If you just wait for these LTF for like entry confirmations, it just makes life so much easier. You're not constantly right. Okay, now I'm shorting. Oh, I'm stopped out. Now I'm shorting again. Stopped out. Now I'm shorting again. Stopped out. Fuck it. I'm not shorting again, and it dumps on you. You may as well just wait. Get the lower term time, the LTF confirmation. Yeah, sometimes you're still going to get stopped out. It'll just reverse against you, but that's trading. You're not going to win 100%. And if you can, give me the strategy. But yeah, I think that'd be nice if we can. Although if we start breaking down here, I want that. I won't short until them are taken. If I miss it, I miss it. This grind up to it is just too. Yeah.
Looking for like an SMT divergence on FBTC. So what would give us like almost like the trigger? Well, it would be BTC taking out a high whilst ETH doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of watching for that in a way.
I didn't realise that ETH hadn't even taken previous week high yet, which is like that's a bit.
That's a good start.
Yeah,
that's bearish. That's bearish.
And we haven't. ETH
really
hasn't
bearish.
cleaned that high, whereas Bitcoin has now cleaned that high.
Yeah, but even if BTC pops up, we just want to keep that. The pivot before that, the short-term high before the one that you marked out just there on ETH.
Well, this
if
one.
we don't, that one, yeah. So if we hold that, and BTC obviously would take out the version of that,
Yeah.
then that's what we want, really.
Yeah. ETH looks. Yeah, ETH just looks weak, man. But it was all last week. Ethereum was really weak. Like down here, look. Like all of this, like when Ethereum was down here, I'm fairly sure Bitcoin hadn't broken all the way down yet. And then of course Ethereum leaves us with nasty double bottom.
Almost perfect.
Yeah.
Bottom.
It kind of makes me think that how safe is that? It's just so clean. Like 17.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
To not.
That there's half a dollar between them. 1701.7, 1701.2. Right. Yeah.
So it's not exactly a reversal pattern, is it?
No,
It's a liquidity engineering pan,
definitely.
which we haven't even got to. So
But it's good, man. Like Ethereum, especially with Ethereum being weak. I think it's with yesterday being a holiday as well. It's kind of fucking screwed me this week. And then Thursday, Friday, there's no London session because London's closed. Which yeah, it annoys me. I hate holiday weeks. I really do, mate. I can't stand them. I just want to trade. Okay, so it hasn't taken that high and it stands. Okay. I'm still waiting. I want that high taken. If it doesn't get taken, I don't short. Unless we start breaking down.
Yeah, because like recently I've kind of like that. It gives you two dimensions. So if we were to break down and like chalk kind of thing on a lower time frame, like 5-15 minute,
Yeah.
then I see no problem with a back test of a chalk. So you know.
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
If it's good.
But,
Yeah. So yeah, we're on the same page anyway.
yeah, like for me, ideally I want this high run out. If it doesn't get run out, then obviously I'll be monitoring on the 1 to 5. I love them time frames. And get in because I still think we get that run back down here at least to clean some of these imbalances. Like the way we shot up out of there, I'd like some of them cleaned. Like that was too easy to long. It also looks a bit. Yeah, I've seen that pattern too many times, so it'd be nice now to yeah, some bullshit like that. I could cope with that. Start breaking down. We've got obviously with how I trade, if we're down here by Wednesday, I will be longing. Without a doubt, I will look for a long entry. I think that's the best way of putting it. I'll look for a long entry, purely because we'd have an untapped pivot up here. PWH cleaned, previous week low, famously locked. So yeah, I think that would be a good zone to start building longs. Obviously, same as always, wait for the lower term time frame confirmation. It's piss easy. I think the key is to ensure you've got the key points of interest marked, and are aware of where we could be reversing if we drop or if we rise. What have we got on here? Yeah, there's not a great deal, is there? Obviously, this is where I want. Yeah, below 30k, but we'll see. I'm going to continue monitoring. I'll post if I take a short or if I find a short setup, and I'll post it on the Discord. Or if I get an entry.
You should set up a copy trade for this Discord, and then there's more responsibility, basically.
Fucking hell.
Um,
It'd kill me. I'd be shitting myself.
I don't think you'd sleep very well.
No, I wouldn't, mate. That's my problem. I'd be there, like, second guessing every single trade. I'd be like, shit. Even on like a.
Couldn't take that.
Yeah.
Just couldn't do that. Yeah, I just couldn't do it. Oh, imagine.
It'd fuck me right up.
You'd have to be into wrecking people like Daniel, you know. You'd have to enjoy it. You know?
Oh no. Alright. I think that'll do. I'm going to stream again tomorrow. We get monthly open, so yeah, I'll schedule another event for tomorrow. We'll have some new pivots to talk about. We'll have the PM range fully defined. We'll have more price action to work off. It'll be volatile Wednesday, hopefully. Yeah, and then we'll take it from there. I think the levels are quite clear to look for shorts and look for longs. If we start breaking up, there is no short. Don't force it. And yeah, I think because I like these lows down here are a bit.
They're
Yeah.
kind of giving a bit of a tip off. Problem is though, you end up when you're in these sideways consolidation kind of thing before the move, you end up getting equal highs and equal lows, and it's kind of like it doesn't really help. It's like we're gonna go one way or the other.
Well,
Like it's better when we have one side that's more obvious.
The thing, like with this for me, the way I'd like it to go is if we ran out the highs and then the lows, that wouldn't be too bad because at least you've got in your short after the high's been run. This is a logical take profit anyway down here off a scalp. And then if we do take this low and reverse and continue higher, you've already partialed and your stop losses are entry, so I think you're cool anyway. I think the harder trade would be if we were to come down and take the low first, especially with me, like I favour lower prices to get in a long. But again, if we took out these lows and got a 1 minute boss, I would long it and target these highs. So again, it's simple, but this looks.
And I will say one thing. You know, Yoda's been. He's not here, so I can talk about him. He's been going mad for 3-bar patterns, and I obviously was like, "Oh, you mean dealing ranges?" He's like, "It's different." I'm like, "No, I mean like the way ICT taught it in I think Went was." You know, 3-bar pattern or dealing ranges are across all time frames, and then he'll often look at, let's say, the daily dealing range, and we currently have locally a dealing range on the daily, and you would have seen I posted a chart earlier with BTC where there's the deviation of that.
Yeah.
You know, and it would make actually quite a lot of logical sense to reverse around here back down.
Yeah.
And that's not to say we have to go and tag the dealing range low on the daily, but that's not to say we can't. At least go down to a discount like you've got marked out there. So I'd love that.
Yeah, I think if you can get in a short up here, then and you can ride the short down, then taking longs down here is just it's a no-brainer.
Well, I'll show you where it is quickly. So see, if you scoot on over to the left, you see that big wick to the downside. It's literally moved 2 candles over, and you got the candle, the low. Basically, okay. Go from that pivot, the pivot just after that wick, so the upper pivot.
There.
To the right of that, so the next one over. Just over, next green fractal, that one.
Yep.
That is the dealing range high wick.
Yeah.
And then obviously we're looking at 3-bar, so the left candle to that is the low, puts in the low out of the 3, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the dealing range low. So if you see this onto the right hand side, we deviate below that, and now we just deviated above it.
There you go.
So if we get acceptance back down below that high, then it was just a deviation. We can expect discount to be met again. Just such a nice, easy bloody way of... I mean, what is it? The dealing range, like interbank dealing range.
Yeah.
They call it, right? So, I mean, I think Michael Huddleston is alluding to the fact that the banks use these ranges to trade. So it's kind of like the secret goggles, you know. I like it.
No, listen, all of the theories, right, are really good. Like everything from the whole mentorship. I think the key, there is a lot of information, which I think some people may struggle with, like just the sheer amount of information.
Yeah, to be honest, I've put it a lot of shit's been going on.
Yeah.
Getting back into it, but I feel like yeah, if you love it, if you love the like learning all the stuff, and I think Michael has even said he changes his mind a lot, but he said on a few occasions, just learn it all, and you're not going to use it all.
Yeah.
You know, some people will, but you just got to know what works for you, and to know what really works for you, you have to know everything and what doesn't work. So.
Yeah, but then
I get that.
at the same point though, there's the like he's released the 2022 YouTube mentorship, which like if it is a standalone concept. So which if you were to learn just that, I think you'd be fine. You could trade anyway. You don't need to learn it all, and that is such like a simple like method as well. You're literally waiting for a high to be run or a low to be run, then you're waiting for a boss and just getting on entry. Obviously at a higher turn, it is more complex than that, but you know what I'm saying. You wait for your POI to be hit, and then literally just waiting for a boss and entry confirmation. It's simple.
It is a bit like that, isn't it? And yeah, it's kind of based around the old. What do you call it? Not just PD array, but what's that bloody thing called? The daily candle setup. I can't remember what they call it.
Oh, the Power of 3.
It's escape. Power 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very much focused around
Yeah.
that.
It's. Well, I've been rewatching it, and it's simple, but effective as well, which is good. So like, only reason I mention it is like, guys, they don't have to do the 2016. If it's too much and you think it's too much, then like the 2022 will be fine, as it gives you the knowledge you need anyway. And yeah, you won't understand everything that gets posted, like when people are talking about other things that aren't discussed in the 2022. Yeah, you won't understand everything, but that doesn't matter. You don't need to understand everything. As long as you understand what is an important part of your concept, then that's all that matters. And majority of it deals in fair value gaps anyway. Yeah, like I rewatched yesterday like the first 6 episodes of it, and it's literally just majority of it is fair value gaps, which we all know anyway. So. And how to trade with them. I still want that fucking high run, bastard. Anyway, I think
it looks like, well, okay, hang on a minute. So see why is that high significant? Well, it's become significant now because now you got kind of relative equal highs. And yeah, to the left there where you put the green line.
Yeah.
That's inducement away from, because I think of equal highs as like, or liquidity grab zones also as POIs.
Yeah.
These days, so that's inducement away from that. So it makes sense that we would go up to it now. Yeah, because all of this was engineering liquidity to break it.
Yeah.
I would say.
The way we're doing like this little mini 3 drives up now.
Yeah, because it's like I think of those now as failed QMLs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they don't break below.
Yeah. No, that's a good way to think of it.
Failed QML. Well, because you can like be like, oh shit, I better get out of this crap position because it was a little trigger happy and actually looks like they're going up.
Yeah. Yeah, because you do get like people that they'll short this in anticipation of a QML, and that is completely the wrong way. That is why with them, don't, until you get the boss, do not even, there's no point. Like, you're gambling. If you're shorting this in anticipation that we're going to get a QML, then you're probably going to be wrong. But if we were to come down and maybe broken some lows, then then obviously the probabilities increase massively, and you could literally open a long or a short anywhere you want, and there's a chance you're going to be right. But we're not looking for that small chance of being right. We want probabilities to be on our side. So Yeah, wait for confirmation, and it just makes life easier.
Yeah, so see, down candle was pushed up, order block confirmed, um, locally there.
Yep.
Break that bearish order block, the up candles before the down, the displacement, then that's up. The only thing is, I've noticed, is when you have these fake QMLs,
Yeah.
it lures in enough liquidity. I believe it would, because so many people would be like, they don't have the patience, you know.
Yeah.
There's I think the MMs know that, and or at least the algorithm knows that, and it tends to give a bit more of a drive. Like the move is bigger than you would expect. So I wouldn't be surprised if we go and fill some of that wick.
Yeah. Good. We've also got some other highs up here, so running up here into this.
Possible.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna whack an alert, and I'm gonna go and have a cup of coffee.
Enjoy that.
Yeah. If we start breaking down, I'll come back. If we start breaking up, I'll come back, and then we'll see what we can get from there. I'm in no rush, to be honest. I'm a bit put off this week, like I say, with the UK holidays, and it was US holiday yesterday. It's a bit of a shit week, so like whilst I will trade crypto, if I get the move I want or a specific setup, I'm in no rush. I'm in positions on Tezos from like lows. I'm in positions on others, so I'm happy. I can just chill. If I get a short setup, I'll sort it. I'll short it. If not, oh well. But anyway, has anyone got any questions? I've got voice channel questions up. Anyone wants to ask anything to me or Future before I finish? If not, thank you for joining.
Well, what's your bias overall weighted towards with BTC? I feel like you're saying because the pivot is going to just spawn slightly above us, potentially, if we don't run up high in like hours.
Yeah.
Also, you know, that's bearish. Maybe short term. Would you say?
Yeah, like I think if we retrace, and we're down here when the pivot, and we're at a discount when the pivot spawns, or we move to a discount before tapping the pivot, then that would be extra confirmation for longs to target the pivot, because obviously they've got like a 90 whatever % hit rate. So the likelihood is if it spawns so locally, the chances are we will hit it relatively quickly as well, you'd imagine.
See what you mean, because you'll be at a distance. That'll give us a trade to trade back to it.
Yeah. If we were to rise up, tap the pivot, and get a rejection with, and then we get like boss to the downside, that would be bearish for me. Yeah, a lot will depend on what happens at the pivot. If we blast through it and start trading above it, then that's obviously bullish. But yeah, I just think with it spawning so locally, it's not the biggest of help, because as you can see, we're literally at this is like previous month's equilibrium, or what will be previous month's equilibrium anyway. So we're trading just below we're just inside a previous month's discount effectively. So the pivot spawn isn't going to be massively helpful unless we move away from this area within, obviously, before it spawns. What? Why did... What?
Yes, sometimes they're shit, or
Oh.
maybe you put it in the wrong.
Why did I...
Oh well, we shifted.
Yeah.
Okay, we got MS shift.
Yeah. Off a fair value
Oh,
gap as well.
There you go.
I would. This is what I would have liked, just above this high. It would have been
What?
beautiful.
And that's why it makes me feel like it's just repricing before. Yeah, so the
Yeah.
QML was just to actually get to looks like where it's bounced from the OB,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
enough. I
Yeah,
don't know.
literally just filled the imbalance. Could come deeper.
But,
Mm.
but we lost that breaker, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like that could be the beginning, well, of a bearish breaker confirmation if we push.
No, it's not the most bullish thing what's just happened, really.
No, it's
And it is effectively what we wanted. It's just not really at the level I want. Although it is still, we got we sort of reversed above an old high as well.
yeah.
And like we are getting continuation. That's only lower term time frame, but that would have been a nice short. I wouldn't have been able to short that myself because we hadn't broke any structure at the time. Yeah, like there would have been no reason for me to short there. Like that's just short enough a fair value gap. Like even this, we didn't even like we put in that rally. Didn't even so we actually put in a higher low and then rally, which that wouldn't be a reason to short that fair value gap at all. Not me personally, anyway. Yes.
Not until I mean, the way to do it would be what I like to do these days is double mitigation. So after we pull back in to a fresh OB and imbalance after we break structure, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the first.
Yeah, not the
But
first
it's
break.
like-
Yeah, the second one.
Double mitigation.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times. I've seen you posting like the double mitigation. I was actually reading up on it last night.
Yeah, it's MetaFX's secret sauce.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
like, I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm like, is it by chance double mitigation? He's like, I'm not even going to tell you. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, basically, it is.
See, we have got a break to the downside. It's not a significant highlight, big time frame shift, but it's enough. Do we? I don't know. Can we break? Anyway, I need to go because I can't trade
Okay,
whilst
man,
I'm
sorry.
on
That's
here.
my fault.
I need to
It's probably
actually.
like you get off this and you're like to your wife, oh, fucking future dickhead. He said something else.
I missed the fucking short. No worries, man.
This could happen.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks,
Right.
guys.
No, thank you. Thanks for joining in
Catch you guys.
future. As always, mate.
Actual code, if I can take in a second, I'm gonna question for you about that funded account.
I didn't hear that,
Hello?
mate.
You had a question about the funded account.
Yeah, that founded trading plus.
Oh.
Oh yeah. It's good because I think they have better rules. It's like 8% target. You get 200k account, and also I even have referral codes to get 10% off. And for a 200k account, it's only like it's 900 something Australian. It's cheap, and then 10% off that, obviously, like
That's mad.
just over 800.
Yeah,
you know.
for Europe it's 20% VAT. But a good question about daily drawdown, because
Oh yeah.
it's on percentage, yeah. So let's say you got 100k account, yeah, and you're allowed to lose it was 3%, yeah. So you're allowed to go to 97k.
Is it
And
3%?
then-
Is it 3%? I thought it was like 5%
I
daily
think
drawdown.
3% on daily.
Alright.
Probably depends on the program. But anyway, yeah. Let's say you got 3%, so you're allowed to go to 97. But through the day, you made it to 103.
Yep.
So you're still allowed to go to 97, or if you go to 103 and you lose 3k, that's
No, you're right. Yeah, it's the former. So you are, if you make 3k on top, so you make 103k, you're allowed to lose 6k that day.
Okay. But if you lose 3,
Yeah.
you're gonna be break even on the daily. Do I understand this right?
So if you lose 3 and
You made 3
back
and you
to
lose
100K.
3, you break even. You're not on
yeah,
the
so
low.
you're break even and you've literally got 0 drawdown. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
That's all right, my friend. You can always just message if you have anything else, because it's kind of a, unless you've
Yeah.
been through it, it's like you don't realize certain things until you actually do it. So, oh right, I get it. But yeah, cool, man. Yeah, hope that helps.
Thank you.
What, are you looking to short here?
No. I'm just
Maybe.
I'm just monitoring for now, mate.
All in.
All in, man. Once we fill, what is it, BTC? It likes to fill most of the gap, so
Yeah. Wow, we tapped the breaker.
okay, choc confirmed. BTC loves to like not let people in
I
as
know.
well.
That's
So-
why the I found like the M5 M1 confirmation entry so good, because you're literally waiting on a
right.
1 minute boss. So as soon as you get that 1 minute boss and just pop straight back to the fair value gap, you've got a quick entry with a quick really small invalidation.
Yeah,
But we've left a
and plus like fading moves anyway. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like,
we left
then
a
you get
wickless
whatever.
candle. Yeah, should be okay. Doesn't mean it has to be cleared now, does it? And you wouldn't expect him to rerun that high. There shouldn't be any need, really. Well, I need to go and get
Alright, man.
get ready,
Catch you
because
later.
I can't trade on
Enjoy.
here with live funds.
Yeah.
I'll get myself in trouble. Thank you for joining, guys. I'm going to stream again tomorrow. Like I say, monthly open. We'll have another stream and we'll have a look at it with a fresh pair of eyes. New month. See what PA gives us today, and hopefully it'll give us some potential swing entries. Right. Thanks again as always. Thank you, future mate. I'll catch you everyone on the Discord.
Catch you later.
In a bit.
There you go.
Bye bye.
Bye.